talk about social media and how important it is for your business, as well as, not to mention, it's free. So I'm the founder, Nicole Mannion, of Muskoka Aesthetics and Muskoka Beauty, and let's chat about some of my favorite apps and some of my favorite methods when it comes to planning your social media content, batching content, as well as being successful when it comes to the algorithm on social media. So let's talk about apps. Let's talk about some of my favorite apps that we use within Muskoka Beauty and also my spa as well. Some of the things I can't live without. So let's jump into some of my favorites. So Canva is definitely something that has changed our business when it comes to the aesthetic look of our social media, as well as some of our business cards. It's a great place to do any of your marketing when it comes to aesthetically pleasing formats. So we even do some of our newsletters on there, our blogs, and it's a great way to make a beautiful canvas with photos and text and colors and really get your theme of your business on there. So if you're not using Later.com, this is a huge step in the right direction when it comes to planning content. As busy entrepreneurs and business owners, I know planning social media can be one of the most daunting and scariest things. Also, not to mention time consuming. So Later.com has made it very easy to link both your Facebook and Instagram accounts, as well as planning and batching content for as long as you want to. So for us, usually we plan a month of content. That way we're not planning too far ahead, but we can plan and be successful in our posts and the algorithms and make sure we're hitting all those key points when posting on social media. We can also share hashtags and we can share content when it comes to planning all the different photos with our team. Everyone can jump on there and also add in images and go through and make sure everything is successful in our planning. If you're struggling with group chat when it comes to text messages or Instagram and really wanting a platform where you can keep all your content, all your conversations organized, I highly recommend Monday.com as well as Slack. Now, for both of my businesses, we use both of them. We use Monday.com for Muskoka Beauty and we use Slack for Muskoka Aesthetics. This has been a game changer in the communication with my team, as well as being successful in a lot of our projects moving forward. So if you're looking for newsletters or somewhere where you can generate automatic emails to your customers and clients, MailChimp is a game changer. Now, we previously used MailChimp and it was very successful in making sure we had everyone's contact information there, as well as follow-ups when making purchases and or clients. So what I love about MailChimp as well is you can make it all automatic. So you don't have to worry about clicking that button to send that email. It's automatically generated for you. So if you're looking at a really good program to edit photos, Lightroom is that one for you. Now the free version is actually on the mobile version, so I definitely highly recommend that. It's super easy to use and it keeps the quality of those photos. A lot of photographers are using that to edit photos and also purchasing presets. Now, not to mention, we're working on a little something special for you. We're working on some presets. As lash artists, I know how consistent keeping your photos and colors the same. Also, not to mention keeping your feed aesthetically pleasing. So if you're not using Lightroom and you're not using presets, I highly recommend that to bring your Instagram page to the next level. I know this may not be an app that we use, but I have a lot of questions about which website platform we use, which is actually Squarespace. Squarespace is great for spas as well as e-commerce. Personally, I love it because I can have everything in one place. We can do our scheduling on there, our e-commerce, inventory, as well as mailing our emails to clients as well. So if you're looking for a website or you don't know where to start, I definitely hit up Squarespace for more information. Now, where to start to make your page stand out is definitely getting ideas. And how do you do that? On Instagram, what I personally do is I save a lot of images that really catch my eye and or content that I want to kind of replicate but not quite copy. Now, that's another thing is Pinterest. Now, Pinterest is definitely a go-to place to create boards. And then you can actually take that inspiration and do maybe a content photo shoot with somebody. You can actually do your own photos, as well as just a jumping off point of saving some images, as well as maybe making them in Canva. So another thing that you really want to make sure you're doing is keeping the theme and the consistency within your images, font, colors, all of the things, so then people recognize that that is you when they see that image or see that meme, the font like I mentioned. So yes, when we see a particular logo, it might prompt them to think, oh, that's that company or that's that industry. But we want to make sure that when we're seeing colors, especially on our feed and in our stories, that people know when looking at that that is actually your company. So something that I really advise you to use is Canva when it comes to this. So then you can actually save templates and you can go back and really utilize that template that you already have. So it's saving you time as well as it's keeping it consistent with your colors. The other great thing is presets, like I mentioned in the Lightroom section. Lightroom, please use the same preset on all of those photos if possible. So for example, we really make sure we're using like a crisp white preset when posting our photos as well as images on our social media pages and through our website. Now, if you're looking to jump to the next level, which is video content, which personally I've had to get out of my comfort zone when it comes to video, but it is so worth it. So now we have YouTube, Reels, TikTok, and even IGTVs. There's so many different things, and there's so many things you can recycle and repurpose. So spend a day batching that content with a friend or someone that you can do content ideas with, and or, we have the Muskoka Beauty lighting system, so you can put your little phone holder there and videotape some of the great ideas and things you want to share. Now, you always want to make sure that it is educational, it's to the point, you're not rambling on, you're really structuring and making sure that those videos are going to be ideal for your clients. With Muskoka Beauty as well as Muskoka Aesthetics, both our product line and spa, batching content is a game changer. I really like spending at least 1 to 2 days a month batching all of our content, and this way over time I've also been saving different images as well as memes, different things that we can use, and I just throw it all into later.com, and then when it comes to batching, we can really prioritize which content we like, maybe some different sales or maybe different sale tactics we have going on that month, as well as specials. So whether you're a product line and or service based, this is a great way to actually spend some quality time instead of just throwing a post up and hoping that it's going to do well in the algorithm. Another thing that I really enjoy when it comes to batching content is your hashtags. That's something else we're going to talk about very soon. Creating a personal connection is the next topic we're going to touch on because it is so important, as well as creating a content as well as your voice. So if you don't actually have time to jump on video like we are today, or doing a TikTok or even an Instagram story, using your voice in DMs is so important. So people can actually get the tone of your voice as well as your warmth and your passion behind what you're talking about. Another thing that I absolutely love about video is people can actually see the person behind the brand. So that's kind of something that I found that has been super successful in my spa as well as our product line, is people actually want that connection of who the person is that they're actually buying from. When it comes to education or spa shows or things like that where we're actually in person, we definitely thrive in those situations, but obviously we can't be in front of everyone all the time. So jumping on video, I know it can kind of be scary sometimes, but you'll get used to it. So I challenge you to try to at least start at getting on social media with your face at least once a week on stories. And from there, try to go a little bit more. Personally, I've been trying to get on there with my face, at least on our one specific Instagram account, at least once a day. So you will see a huge jump in your followers as well as reach and people commenting and really getting engaged on your page. Now, creating shareable content is something that's really going to bring you up on the algorithm. The more people that save it or share or even post on their stories is going to be a game changer for your business as well as your brand. So when it comes to creating funny memes, quotes, even some funny things that are on trend right now when it comes to music and or some of the things going on at the Grammys, you can make funny memes. This can all be done on Canva as well as through some of the other social media platforms. So when it comes to things that you want to share or funny quotes, really make sure that you know your audience and who you're projecting that content to. Being consistent is another thing that you really want to make sure you're doing when it comes to keeping consistent through social media. So not posting 10 videos in one day, maybe make sure you're posting a couple times a week. Personally, we try to post once a day. That way we have different themes throughout our days as well. So some social media pages have Motivation Monday, they do Tips Tuesday, so they're doing different tips about skincare, different things that they can offer to their followers. Wednesdays could be Wax Wednesday, or there's so many different things you can do. So really spend the time to make that theme, making sure it's consistent, but then also showing up. So don't forget, like we mentioned, showing your face. So like I said, one of my goals is to at least show my face at least once a day on our stories on one of our social media platforms, and making sure that you're making those connections and being consistent, because you'll really notice a difference on your followers and the exposure and comments. A great way to actually build connection and really build that community on your page is definitely not always feeling like you're selling something to someone. Yes, you want to make sure you're selling the idea of your business or really selling yourself in the sense of the creator or the founder of that business. You also want to make sure you're educating your followers. So it's a great way to actually use that as a tactic to sell, but it might actually show that you're actually building that community and sharing your knowledge so people feel like they're feeling that connection with you. Now, another thing is also your entertainment. So you want to make sure you're sharing entertaining content, as well as something that's going to be shareable and be lighthearted and someone's going to actually feel good on your page. The other great thing is excitement. So get people excited. So whether you have a sale coming up, I know that's still a little salesy, but you want to build up that excitement on that page, or you're launching a new product or something that you're going to be launching, maybe a course or something like that. So really try to make that exciting, education, knowledgeable feed that people are going to feel good on. Because I feel like social media is another thing where you can kind of go down the rabbit hole and not always be on the best content. Especially right now, I think we need that bright, airy, beautiful page that's going to keep people motivated and doing better in their business day after day. Hashtags are another huge topic. Now, hashtags are something that are going to really change your business when it comes to people searching and finding you. So you want to make sure that you're using hashtags that are actually reflecting what you're posting. So if you're going to be talking about memes or some funny quote, you're not going to be talking about a lash cleanser, for example, unless that lash cleanser is mentioned in that post. So another great tip that I really advise you to use is actually copy and pasting and having different categories of hashtags in your notes in your phone. Later.com also has that option where you can actually save them. So then when you're going through that batch of content, you can actually have them pre-saved, which is going to save you a lot of time. But creating variety, that's another thing that's really important is, yes, you want to have branded hashtags. So like, for example, for Muskoka Beauty, Canadian Lash Brand, we have ones that we're going to use, but we're also going to change those up. We're going to keep the maybe 5 or 10 the same, but we're going to make sure that we're using different ones so that we come up on different discovery pages when people are searching. Another great thing that I noticed with hashtags is you want to make sure you're using something that isn't 5 million followers on that particular hashtag. You want to make sure you have variety in those searches as well. So you have something with a little bit lower, and even location. Really make sure that you're using, for example, we're in Muskoka, so we're going to use Muskoka lashes, Bracebridge lashes, or we're going to really hone in on our particular location. That's another thing with geotagging. Make sure you're doing that as well, because that's a game changer. Thank you so much for watching and learning all about our tips and tricks here at Muskoka Beauty. Now, a great part of our programs and community that we serve here at Muskoka Beauty is also our business opportunities. So we have discovery calls where you can actually jump on a call with myself and we can do 30 minutes of brainstorming for your business. So this is where we can actually do some content chats about what you want to be on, what you want to have on your page, as well as what products you may want to sell, as well as how to have engagement and build up that clientele, whether you're starting or just trying to pivot your business a little bit. Now, the great thing about all these tips and tricks as well is you can just email us at info@muskoka.com and or check out our website, and not to mention to follow us on Instagram.